T. L.
Hello.
Hi, I'm looking for a Mr. Ron. First name Mo.
Mo, Ron, or Ron. It's you little puke.
W.
T. L.
And welcome back, everybody, to WTL. Where's the line? I'm your host, Andy Classic, joined by
Jabron.
Oh, the Parlay Pounder.
You got it. We're back. We're back.
Oh, my God, and it's March. It's
It
March.
is.
There's madness.
It's madness out in the streets.
Madness in the air, madness in the streets, madness everywhere you look. A lot of NCAA, all of a sudden,
Yeah.
our nation cares about college hoops.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like it just turns on 1 month a year that everybody cares. Everybody's filling out the brackets. Everybody's having fun. So, no, that is a lot of fun.
And I want to get out in front of it. I want to say, sorry to all you North Carolina fans.
Yeah.
Or, your fans once a month.
UNC fans.
Where'd they go?
Only AP first overall preseason pick to not make the tournament. That's an L that Michael Jordan and the rest of them, Jerry Stackhouse, all of them have to take.
Yep. That's a tough one.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. Now you got to wear it though.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
You're number one every other year except this year you didn't make it. So sorry.
Ouch. That's got to hurt.
I still think they're going to be okay.
I mean, they're going to bounce back. They'll be fine. I do get a kick out of it how they're like, well, we're too good for the NIT, so we don't even play in the NIT.
Exactly. Exactly.
Well, that's fine. We're done with North Carolina. And that is fun to throw a little shade at one of the best
you
that's
have
ever
to.
been.
You have to.
Anyhow, we do have a guest on the program today.
Yes.
Young man that's been in some wagering circles.
Yeah.
We know him from way back in the day.
Yeah.
Way back. I remember this guy coming out to Lynch, Nebraska. He was, knee-high to a grasshopper? Is that what they would say?
Yes, that's what they say.
Skylar. So, Skylar, how you doing, man?
Good, how are you? Nice to be out here.
We're doing good. We're glad to have you. We're
Yep.
glad to have you. We're going to be talking a lot of UFC.
Which is his niche. He is a
niche.
huge UFC guy
Niche.
as well.
Okay.
So really glad to have him on the pod. Talk some UFC later in the show.
What's with these Nebraska City guys in the UFC?
Yeah, I don't
What's
know.
going on down there?
Some in the water down
I
there.
don't know.
The last guy we had on, he was the man. He was all
Shane.
good, man, dude. All good, man.
And Shane was your coach, right?
Yeah,
your
actually my wrestling coach growing up.
Hell yeah.
Great dude.
Gotta love that.
There we go. So, we've set the stage.
Yeah.
We're going to talk basketball, but we're going to shift gears here. Everyone's talking NCAA basketball, and it's just started. We're just getting into the fun stuff. Let's talk about the association here.
Let's do it.
Let's start with one of the local teams that we love to talk about. That is the Denver Nuggets heading out to New York, taking on the Knicks. Noon. What is that, Saturday?
It's noon on Saturday, Andy.
Yeah,
and
so get ready.
This is a big matchup. Obviously, the Denver Nuggets number one in the West, but the surprise
They're
team
so
here,
far out in head. They're
so
so
far
ahead.
out. But the surprise team here is the New York Knicks. Actually, kind of been down. The past recent year, maybe the past 25 years, ever since Patrick Ewing left.
But that's it.
They are the number 5 seed right now in the East, so they are a very good surprise team. The two things you're going to have to look at here, Andy, is the guard play on both sides. Jamal Murray was out on Wednesday, and so was Jalen Brunson. So these are two of the best players for these respective teams that didn't play earlier in the week. So will they play at this primetime matchup on Saturday? That's going to be a big one to see who comes out on top in this game.
Well, Caldwell Pope, right? The two guard for the Nuggets. I think he's going to be fine. I mean, he's leading the team in steals about 2 per game.
Yeah.
I think he can pick up the slack just fine. I get it that you're going from Denver to New York, but Denver doesn't care. They just win everywhere, don't they, Skylar?
Yeah, and I'm looking at Reggie Jackson and Bruce Brown to step up.
There you go.
Okay.
I'm looking for them to step up in this matchup. I don't think that they get it done in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
To be honest with
really?
you. I don't think they get it done. I think that the Knicks come out, and I think that they beat the Nuggets.
Skylar, I am right with you because I was just going to pounce on Andy for saying the
Oh, my
Nuggets just
God.
win everywhere. They're actually
do.
sub 500 on the road this year. They're actually 16-17 when they're at home. When they're in the Pepsi Center Ball Arena, they do not lose. They're 30-6 at home, but only 16-17 away. So I expect Julius Randle to have a big game in Madison Square Garden to take down the Joker in the Nuggets.
I mean, I'll buy all that at face value, but the NBA is kind of a show, and it placates to the home crowd. I don't feel like they're – even the NFL, you see this crazy shift where home teams win, road teams lose.
Yeah.
And I think it's almost NBA is even on a higher case of that. Like, just let us win at home. But I don't know, they're a game under 500 on the road. So it's not.
No, they're
it's
still
not crazy to think
still
they can
very,
go to
very good team, and they could win this game. I'm just saying, I just do think the Knicks will win this game
in this spot,
especially missing Jamal Murray.
So this is more of a money line type of bet for both you guys.
Oh yeah,
I agree.
absolutely.
And they beat them by 3 in Denver already this year. So there's a little nugget for you.
There you go. There's a little nugget.
Oh man, I'm believing in the Knicks game. Just
There you go.
Well, and you could say the early Carmelo Anthony.
There you
days.
go.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And bring it back into like within 12 years.
You're talking
or
about
so.
Denver or Knicks here?
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right, so should we head on to one of the night games?
Let's do it.
Warriors, kind of a surprise. I feel like they're a surprise team to a lot of folks, thinking that they've wrote them off. They're getting old. They're getting injured.
Yeah.
Nope, they're getting right back into the mix.
Yes.
That's the Warriors heading out to Memphis, taking on the Grizzlies. A 7 p.m. game, tip-off at 7 p.m. on NBA TV. Got to get that streaming service.
Yeah, exactly, Andy. And yeah, just like you said, with the Warriors, it's just who's playing that night. Is Steph playing? Is Clay playing? Is Draymond playing? If those 3 play, they have a very good chance of winning almost every time.
That's pretty rough. Yeah,
It's just, you do look at this injury report for the Golden State Warriors. Wiggins is on it, Peyton's on it, Kuminga's on it, Iguodala's always on it. So you just don't know who's going to play. But as long as the 3 stars play, you have a very good chance of winning. On the flip side of that, Ja Morant will be serving his last game of his suspension.
So he's out. That's 27 points out the door. That's 27 points out the door.
Best player on their team, legitimately maybe one of the best young players in the game.
What? You forget about Steven Adams? What?
I love me some Steven Adams.
Good nod.
But I really think that, Clay comes out, shoots the ball off the court. Ja won't be there to kind of handle Curry, even if he could. So, give me the Warriors all day on this, even though that they are detrimental on the road, only 7-26.
They got one of the worst records on the road.
But again, they usually don't play road games. And they're just getting healthy right now. So Curry, Thompson, Draymond, if they take games off, it's going to be on the road.
And I agree with you, Jabron. There's a lot of things to look at with this matchup.
Yeah.
I'm looking at Desmond Bane to step up.
Let's go.
Desmond
He averages over 20. He averages over 20. Yeah.
He's been stepping up really well. Jaren Jackson Jr. is really finding his role on this team.
Yeah.
I really like the Grizzlies. I do think the Warriors end up pulling it out as bad as they are on the road. I think that they do end up pulling out the win on this one.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I agree with you. And just one point that you just threw out there is that Desmond Bane character that we're talking about. Draymond has been getting under these guys so much that it's going to be there's going to be at least one technical foul in this game. It's either going to be on Dillon Brooks or it's going to be on Draymond Green. So if Bane gets in, a little bit of a tussle, it could be him as well. But look for Draymond Green to really turn the knife on these guys and get them out of the way that they want to play. That's how they win all the time. Draymond takes the heat. The Splash Brothers pour it in.
So hold on, you're banking on a Desmond Green technical foul.
I
for
know,
them to win?
No. I just know that there's going to be heat in this game because they've been fighting on Twitter. It's been a whole thing. It's just been a whole thing. So Draymond Green's going to get under the skin of these guys, under the Grizzlies, and the Splash Brothers are going to take advantage of it in a big way.
And remember, Jabron.
Yeah.
Kevin Looney is rebounding the ball a lot better now.
There it is.
Looney.
He really is.
He's got 9 a game, dude, and it's just going to go up from here. So I agree with you.
And we're gonna lock in the Warriors on this one.
Lock in the Warriors.
Lock
Okay,
them
I'm not gonna argue. I like the Warriors. I like their brand of basketball. I like how they pass the ball around and score almost every single time.
That is fun.
I like a lot of that. All right, let's end with our nightcap. That is the red hot Boston Celtics taking on the Utah Jazz out in Salt Lake City. That is an 8 o'clock Central Standard Time tip off. Jabron, where are you leaning?
Yeah, Andy. It's hard not to lean the Celtics. They're one of the best teams in the NBA, if not the best team in the NBA.
I like Jason Tatum pouring in over 30 a night.
That's
pretty
very
good.
nice.
That's all right.
That is very nice. Now, both of these guys kind of on a skid here, both only 2-5 in their 2 wins out of the last 5, both teams. it's going to be, almost crunch time for the Utah Jazz because they are right outside of the play-in game. Pretty much is going toe for toe with the Los Angeles Lakers now to see who will be that last play-in game. So every game the Jazz play, it's life or death.
Yeah.
Now the Celtics, they're still fighting for that number 1 spot against the Milwaukee Bucks. Still 3 games back right now. So
I feel like they need that number 1 spot.
Boston during the playoffs, that's huge. So they're fighting as well. I just think this might be, this is going to be a favorable line for the Celtics. If this gets anywhere close to 10 points, I think I have to pour it in on the Jazz just because they're fighting for their lives.
They'll cover. They can cover. They can still lose and cover, and that's one of my favorite bets is just freaking get that hungry team that can cover. Skylar, where are you at?
Absolutely, and I agree with you there. I agree that they will cover. There's that their guard play is injured right now. I mean, you got Sexton out, you got Clarkson out.
Yeah.
It's not looking good in that front court for them. I'm picking the Celtics easy here.
Yeah, no doubt.
But I do
on the road.
Yes, but I do think that they do cover the spread.
No, I agree. That's a very good way to think about it. And just the Boston Celtics, just in general, 21-13 on the road, very, very good basketball team. Like you said, they poured in from wherever. Tatum, Brown, they're the best tandem right now at the forward position.
So I already mentioned how Tatum's averaging about 30 points per game. I think it's like 29 point whatever, but give him 30, right?
30.3.
30.3. There you go. I really like about his game. Yes, he can shoot threes, and he's expanded his range and all that good stuff. We always knew he could score from his college days here. But right now, he's about a double-double guy, averaging 9 rebounds per game. That's taking it to a whole nother level. That's taking it to a place where now I really can respect it because you're kind of a throwback NBA player.
Yeah.
You're willing to do the dirty stuff. You're willing to mix it up, and get that tough rebound when the team needs it. And stats like that add up, and they show throughout the year, especially at this point of the year.
Yeah.
Those numbers start to add up for you, and it's like, oh, wow, Boston's in first place.
No, exactly.
Wow.
This is what makes him an actual MVP kind of
There
candidate,
you go.
an actual NBA All-Star.
Yep.
Something that really puts you over the edge. Like you said, we always knew he could score. Now he's doing it in different facets, and the Celtics look like a very big contender in the Eastern Conference.
So I think we running this back, we like the Knicks.
Like the Knicks.
Like the Knicks over the Nuggets in New York.
Yep.
We like the Warriors in Memphis.
On the road with Ja out.
Okay. And then we're going to switch gears again.
And go with the Celtics on the road, but the Jazz cover.
Going to beat my Jazz. And just in case you folks didn't know, Utah, you're right. There's no Jazz. There's nothing like that out there. But that team originated in New Orleans, and they got transplanted to Utah. That's why they're the Jazz, and they just held on to that. That's where that comes from. All right, let's take a minute to recognize one of our fabulous partners. That is the Nebraska Brewing Company. You heard the horn, so that means we're up against it. World class in first. How does that saying go?
World class in every glass, Andy.
Every glass. Don't go anywhere, folks. This is WTL.